What's up, everybody? You're listening to Obsidian Radio News. I am your host, Mumia Obsidian Ali. Welcome to the program. Glad you can make it, and thank you for listening on this Monday, July the 10th, 2017. I so greatly and deeply appreciate it. You know, this is a new segment and new channel here at the ever-expanding universe of the Obsidian Media Network. The idea is to give as much value to my listeners as possible. And over the past year, I've been getting so many news stories from all of my listeners and my newsletter guys and things like that. They've just been piling up and piling up and piling up. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and devote an entire channel to where at least once a day, if not several times a day, I come to you with these brief, under 20-minute segments giving you the news and yours truly's take on the news. Because as always, we do alternative media by an everyday brother for everyday brothers. So let's get right to it. You know, I've been talking a lot about the spinster bubble and how so many women are so atrocious when it comes to their financial planning and decisions. This story comes to one of my staunch supporters, my ace boon coon martial law holding forth from the Silicon Valley. Headline: Women own nearly 2/3 of nation's student loan debt. This comes by way of Fox News Channel 4 out of Kansas City, Missouri. Research released Monday shows women are saddled with nearly 2/3 of the nation's 1.3 trillion with a T student loan debt. The American Association of University Women says more women are enrolling in higher education institutions than ever before, but that they are also borrowing more to pursue their dreams. We are always taught that education is the key, said Tanel Benton. By the way, that's the raving beauty that you see there in the thumbnail pic accompanying today's kickoff leadoff news segment, who's struggling to repay about $20,000 in student loans. It's difficult when you say that education is the key and then you try to get an education and then you are all in this debt and you still don't come out educated. The report says it takes women a lot longer to pay off their student loans compared to men in the same situation. According to the group, Black and Hispanic women often face bigger hurdles overcoming student loan debt because they try to borrow more and are likely to make less money than men once they enter the workforce. Benton also has an outstanding bill for $3,000 at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. It's not covered by loans and she can't complete her degree until it's paid. In other words, she's a deadbeat. It's almost like, do I pay my car note or pay for my student loan? Tanil, how about you pay both? The average is roughly $200 to $300 a month to repay a student loan payment. That's mostly going to interest, not going to the loan balance. There's a solution to that, Tanil. Work two jobs. More than half of all college graduates have financed their education with student loans. Benton said that she often chooses making her car payment over paying a back student loan because she said she needs her car to help her work her way into a better job that may eventually allow her to get out of debt. The American Association of University Women is pushing for more grants, programs, and other resources to keep college accessible for those who have the most to gain. In other words, yet more welfare mind state programs. And I am hoping and praying that the 45th president of the United States and leader of the free world, Mr. Donald J. Trump, enacts more cuts and gets rid of that pork. There's another interesting story coming out of CBS affiliate in Los Angeles, California. And here again, we see yet another sister, so strong and independent and so educated, this time out of the UCLA campus. And I want to let you listen to the sound. I'm going to be putting the link to the entire video in the comment section below here, so you can go back and see it for yourself. And I really want you to focus on the sister. So let's listen to the sound and then we'll come back with additional commentary. You got that clip, right? Okay, roll it.
New report shows women are enrolling at colleges and universities more than ever, but the same report reveals they are drowning in more debt than their male counterparts. CBS 2's Randy Page is live at UCLA with a look at why women are finding it so much harder to pay off their student loans than men. Randy?
That's right, Rick. You know, whether you're a college student or the parent of one, you are well aware of the high cost of education in California, particularly higher education. Well, as you mentioned, this study points out that if you are a woman in college, you are more likely to be going deeper in debt to pay for it. Chanel McLewis is a PhD student at UCLA with big dreams and big debt. While many of her undergraduate expenses were largely covered by scholarships from the United Negro College Fund, 2 years at Columbia University for a master's degree has left her nearly $40,000 in debt, and her student loans continue to grow with each passing day at UCLA.
The debt is just something that you think about constantly.
Chanel McLewis is not alone. According to this study just released by the American Association of University Women, female students represent just over half of the student body, but they hold almost 2/3 of the country's $1.3 trillion student debt. And the study concludes women take longer to pay their student loans back, in part because women are paid about 20% less than their male counterparts once they get out of college and into the workplace. Chanel is working on a PhD in higher education and organizational change. The change she hopes for?
I think my greatest wish is that we had more folks who just care about people as human beings. What it means to think beyond ourselves and invest in each other. I think that would be my greatest wish.
And that is a great wish indeed. I spoke to a veteran college counselor who has some tips for men and women in college to try to keep those loans as low as possible. The first one being, if you possibly can, if you spend your first 2 years in a community college to take care of those general education requiremts, you can save thousands of dollars on your overall bill. Another thing you may not think about is if you have a choice between different colleges, pick the one with the lowest housing costs. Housing costs can have a big impact on the overall bill. There are a lot of scholarships available and a lot of disciplines that you may not even know about, so research those carefully. And finally, if you choose a career, if you choose a degree, I should say, with a career that has expanding job opportunities, you have a much easier chance paying off those loans once you're finished with college. Let's take it back to you.
All right. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You heard the CBS affiliate out in LA, in the beautiful state of, as the governor would have said, California. And there it is. And you've seen the sister in the clip. Wow. Just wow. You know, there's a lot of truth to the idea that, the sisters who, work hard in school, there's a reason for it. And you just saw the reason right there when you look at the clip. There's the reason why they have to study hard, because no way in hell is anybody paying her bills. And speaking of bills and, keeping costs low, I have a suggestion. What about cutting down on the food bill, the grocery bill? I'm just saying, how about cutting that down? Just an observation. Anyway, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, here yet again we see yet more SIBWs. That, for those of you who don't know what that acronym means, strong, independent black women. I don't need no man. We're the most educated people in the country and all the rest of it. And there they are, two sisters, one from Kansas City, Missouri, the other from Los Angeles, California. Got their hand out talking about, give me that, give me that, give me that, give me. Well, more welfare mind state. Well, you know what my response to all that is, don't you? Wait for it. No. You should have learned how to, manage your finances and do a much better job than what you're doing. I mean, the one broad, she's down nearly 25 grand. And, this chick right here, she studied over at Columbia, so that's going to set you back. She got a master's there, and now she's getting a PhD from UCLA. You looking six figures easily by the time she's said and done. And for what exactly? Organizational management is some kind of gobbledygook that you heard there she was majoring in? Really? Come on. This is where our society is heading. And it's interesting because a lot of guys, and they've done studies on this with black men, for example, a lot of guys, black guys in particular, one of the reasons why they don't go to school, man, because they understand that there's a significant debt load that you're going to be carrying once you get out of school. 40 grand and above. And, ain't nobody got no time for all of that. This is yet another reason why you don't want to, be dealing with these broads, because they bring all of this debt. They bring in all kind of baggage to the table. Baggage. Jeez. Oh. And by the way, did you notice the one chick in the UCLA video? She didn't even have a neck. I mean, she had like a Mike Tyson deal, just a head on the shoulders. Maybe she try out for the football team. She might be able to get drafted. Oh God. So anyway, there it is. This is yet more evidence of the spinster bubble bursting. You can pretty much be guaranteed that at least one, if not both of these sisters are going to wind up spinsters. And they got massive debt out the yin yang. I've talked about this before on the program. There's more evidence for you right there. There it is. So that's today's news segment. News that you can use. News for men. Alternative media by an everyday brother for everyday brothers. I want to thank everybody for your support. And we now officially kick off the Obsidian Radio news channel here on YouTube. Part of the ever-expanding universe of the Obsidian Media Network. Stay tuned for more news you can use, more news for men, more alternative media by an everyday brother for everyday brothers. In the meantime, and until next time, peace. I am out of here.
No, our motto is when they go low, we go high.
Black female fuckery and